Yo, welcome everybody to the All in Our Heads podcast with me, Joe Fernandes, and my partner, Mike Gaffney.
Me, Mike Gaffney.
Yeah, and happy to be back. 2 weeks in a row. We are on a roll, my friend.
That's what they call that.
That's what they
We're
call
on a
that.
heater.
Yeah. Started late, but still on a roll. That's all.
Yeah, we're like the Yankees.
Yeah, we like the exactly.
We're like the Yankees.
Who won? Clinched the playoffs today?
Sucked dick all summer. Weren't around. And now here we are. We're trying to come around in October and get your love again.
Yeah, hoping they can go on a nice streak. I'm happy they clinched
I don't want
today.
to talk about it, but today was nice. Let's enjoy today. It was nice.
Listen, I had a good sports day. I had the
Giants. Hey, did Boston wind up losing or what?
No, Boston won, so we're playing in Boston on Tuesday. Yeah.
Well, that's
so,
nauseating.
Nauseating, but at least we're there. And we got our ace on the mound, so there's that. Giants won today. Yankees won today. It's been like a great week for me.
Yeah,
I want to share a joy. I want to share a joy. I got an email that like totally set me like so much happiness, and I want to tell.
Please tell everybody.
I got an email that the pizza cupcake will now be available at Wegmans starting soon. I can't believe it. Where's my DJ horn?
I did not know that was the news you were getting ready to drop on us.
Yes, come on. The pizza cupcake. It's one of the great joys in life that I discovered during the pandemic. But I was tired of ordering it and paying shipping. So I haven't had it in a while because it was expensive. But they emailed me. They're like, Joe, we know we haven't seen you in a while. We heard your we read your emails.
We heard your cries.
We heard your cries. It's gonna be in Wegmans.
When? Starting when?
Soon, they said. I don't know when that is, but
okay.
I'm just gonna walk by the freezer every week.
The customer service will be like, it's not here yet, Joe.
Yeah.
Every time you walk in, Joe, it's not here. Stop bothering the people in the back.
Yeah. You just see me like opening every. If you had a camera in every freezer, be like, Joe, this is the ice cream section. Oh, they're checking.
I mean, you didn't have a home for it, and you were trying to find a home for it, so you put it.
I figured maybe somebody was hiding one here because he was selling out quick. That's what I would do. Have you ever done that? Saw like there was like one thing, but you didn't know if you were gonna get it. So you like whether it is a food or any type of item in a store, like you see, you're like, I want this, but so you go like hide it in like some other section,
like clothes.
Yeah.
If I find a shirt I like, but I'm not sold on it yet, I put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then go look in and like, you know what, I do want that shirt. Then I go back to where I hid it.
I can't imagine how many times I never went back and they're like, why is this here? Like some.
We're never going to run out of black beans, man. What's wrong with that guy?
Yeah. Who stocked black beans in the sock section?
Yeah, and why is he mulling this over? It's a fucking bean purchase. Just not ready to commit.
Well, that's what I was poor. Now I'm like, I want the beans. Give me the beans. I got it all. Come on, just do the thing. I got the dough. I podcast to 30 people a week. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
You know who I am?
Did you know who I am? You ever be on your head? Mm-hmm. And Hennessy said, I enjoy pizza. I enjoy cupcakes. A pizza cupcake is just wrong. Sounds gross. No, and it may sound gross, but it is not. They have found a way
it's not gross.
Pizza crust, and it tastes like pizza crust in a cupcake.
Oh, it's amazing.
With a little sauce in the cup.
Not a lot of sauce. Little
perfect
sauce.
Amount of cheese sauce and
perfect
for you non-vegans. They put a slice of pepperoni in there. If you want the pepperoni,
well, that's non-anything. The whole thing is non-vegan.
Huh?
Even with the
non-vegetarians, I mean.
There you go.
But there's some people that are vegan except cheese.
That's me, but that's why I stopped.
But that's pretty good, though.
Vegan.
That's better than just a vegetarian.
Yeah, I guess, but it's still you can't go to the rallies. They won't let me in.
No. I ain't drinking no milk. I'm just eating the shit.
You just can't send me one pussy hat. I swear to God, I'm a vegan.
I'm an ally. I don't know if you know that. Cheese excluded. I'm an ally. Mike, you can't show up to the vegan march with a cheese sandwich. I know, but you guys haven't figured out how to make it good yet. Make a good vegan cheese.
Boy, have they not been able to. I bought like I'm not a big cheese guy. Like I don't really care for just cheese. Like I don't miss it. But I do like pizza and I do like an occasional grilled cheese. And there's your cheese processed. That's it. I
Yeah.
don't need cheese on anything else. I don't eat cheese on burgers. No, I don't need it. I don't care. But I bought some vegan cheese from. I was gonna make a grilled cheese. I bought it, and I was making some, Beyond Burgers. And I said to my son, I'm like, "You want to? I'll put this on your burger." It's like doesn't even. It's like doesn't even melt. It doesn't melt. It's plastic. It just stays intact, and it doesn't melt. It's got like this chalkiness to it. So I told him to take a bite, and he was like cold. He was like, "No, this is disgusting," and he eats anything.
What do they even
So
make it out of?
I don't know. Plastic Legos. I think they melt Legos down,
Yeah.
and they sprinkle a little adobo on it. Maybe I don't know how it's done, but it's horrible. I didn't eat it because he was like, "Dad, it's disgusting." Then I tried to melt it on his burger, and it didn't melt. And he ate it, and he was like, "It's not when it melts into the rest of the food, and you put ketchup, mustard, and some other stuff on top of it. You're fine."
Mm.
Yeah, but who wants to do that?
Yeah, just put enough shit on it to make it not taste good.
Yeah,
I mean, to make it taste good. Yeah.
you like watch these vegan people, like vegan, influencers, and they're always like, I'm gonna sprinkle some of this, vegan blah 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 cheese on my pita, and you're like, and they're like, scrumptious. I'm like, there's no way it's scrumptious, man. I know it's not. Stop trying to sell yourself. Just say you're doing it because you want to do it, and it sucks dick for the sandwich, and you're gonna move on. Don't give me your horse shit. Scrumptious.
Nah.
It's not. It's not scrumptious, you lying
definitely.
sack of shit.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel there, Mike. Mike, vegan, not fond of the vegan community. He's not taken to the vegan community yet. Very fond. He's getting used to the food, but the people need a little
This might be
seasoning.
another reason why they yeah, you gotta sprinkle a little real mozzarella cheese on these people.
Yeah, the vegans are like, that new member's a little salty, if I say so myself. I think we got to give him a little meat just to calm down so we can get to the bottom of his issues. Holy shit, get this boy some cheese. Cheesesteak. Get this boy a cheesesteak.
We'll make an exception.
I remember I had a vegan cheesesteak one time years ago, and it was...
Sounds...
Just brought a tear to my eye. Because I was with vegan people, and they were like, we're going to the vegan restaurants. I'm like, whatever, I'll do it. I'll try anything. And I was like, let me just try and get something close to something I would order. So I can know how good it is, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I go, yeah, vegan cheesesteak. Because worst thing I can do is just throw ketchup on it and smother it and have ketchup bread. That's,
The ketchup couldn't even do it.
No, because the vegan bread sucks asshole too. Like,
then they've gotten a lot better. So I went to this place called Dojo. It was like a fucking vegan restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And I remember when I first broke up with my kid's mom, this was like 2000, 2001, coming back to going to meetings and lost a lot of weight. And I was feeling good going to the gym, just doing my thing. And I was meeting a new group of people and just trying to get back into the routine of being Mike Gaffney and just not a shell of a man because I broke up with my kid's mom. I'm home without my children. I was a fucking mess. So I got my shit together. I was finally hanging out with a group of people, and they were like, we were going to the city, and they're like, it was all these like fucking younger hippie kind of like tattooed chicks and dudes, and like just a lot of like fucking like Yeah. So they're like, we're going to Dojo. It's like a really good vegan restaurant. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is Saturday night. What are you talking about? We're going to fucking So I had to go to this place and nothing. I was with my buddy who is definitely not a vegan. And he's like, the fuck are we doing here? And I'm like, I don't know. We're hanging out with these people.
What are we doing here? The fucking yeah.
So we tried to order shit, and I ordered like some sort of fucking salad-y thing, and I was like, I'll just do a big salad, and fuck it, I'll grab a water dog on a walk to the streets. So I ordered a salad, and I'm getting ready to eat my salad. And I take a couple bites, and there's a fucking fruit fly bug crawling in the salad.
That's not vegan. That's meat.
That's already I'm eating meat already.
Yeah, this vegan restaurant is a sham. Guys are a sham. You tried serving me meat.
So I was like, yo, there's a fucking bug in my food. So I called the waiter. I'm like, yo, I don't want to be an asshole, but there's a bug in my food. I'm already not happy with my choices here. There's just a bug in my food. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. He was really sweet. He's like, I'm so sorry. And he goes against the manager. I'm like, I don't want this. It's a fucking bug in my food. And the manager's like, it's fruit fly. I'm like, yeah, cool. I didn't order that though. So he's like, he made it sound like I was being unreasonable because I had a fruit fly in my fucking food and I wasn't happy about it.
Because vegans probably like, we eat fruit flies. That's about as far as we go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just fruit fly.
It's like, yeah, like it's like a freebie, Mike. Shut up and eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, I mean, come on. I know it's not filet mignon, but it's got fruit in it. That's why the vegans called it that. We would have called it a meat pie fly if we call it fruit fly vegan.
We're sneaking it under the radar.
Under the radar. Yeah, he's like doing a little thing under the table. Like,
yeah, he's like,
just sliding in.
So he was like, well, and I was like, dude, and now the rest of these like non-confrontational fucking, they're like, you know, like the people now that cause problems and cancel everybody, they're like that group, but 20 years ago, they're those kind of people. That, I mean, like, you know what I mean? But they were like, all right, Mike, just relax. I'm like, no, you're not getting it. I don't want a fucking salad with a bug in it. I don't give a shit if it's just a fruit fly. And I'm in this place where, you know, everyone's probably just got back from yoga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm like losing my shit. And the guy's like, well, I don't think it's a big deal. I'm like, if you don't get this fucking plate away from me. He took it away. He's like, you want something else? No, I don't want something. I would have got something else if you didn't approach me. Like, I'm the one who's being unreasonable because there was a bug in my... And I was quiet. I was like, yeah, just a bug. Oh, it's only a fruit fly. I'm like, yeah, it's just I don't want it in my salad.
And who gives a fuck if you think it's a big deal? I'm the fucking customer, bro.
Right.
It's a fucking big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And he's like, it's only a fruit salad. I'm like, I'm not... They don't want their meals credited. I just want this salad gone. It's all right. Not a big deal. It's a fucking salad.
You never got it?
He took it and it took it off my... And then I think they gave a discount to everybody else. And I was like, I wasn't even asking for that, man. The waiter guy was like, man, I gave him a $20 tip. I was like, here, man, I'm sorry that this... I was only telling you that I didn't want the salad with a bug in it. I didn't care what kind of bug it is. I don't care if this guy's a bugologist and can tell me why that's not a big deal. I didn't want it in my salad. It's not that you're the manager. How do you not know that I don't want to? Like, how are you looking at me like I'm the dickhead in this situation?
Yeah, he probably went back to the cook and yelled. He's like, I don't give a fuck what you say. If you're a master chef, I told you, they're not going to want the fruit flies. I know you think it's a delicatessen and whatever, blah, country you come from, but I don't care.
He's like new from Haiti. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever island you came from, you guys probably do fucking fruit fly kebabs all day. They don't want them here. Even if we call them fruit.
You tried. We tried.
We tried. I think they don't like the flying part. Is there any way you can like make them not flying and mash them, and maybe we can make like a mash fruit fly salad? Like I just think you're asking a lot of people. I don't think anybody, even meat eaters, want their food flying while eating them.
They're trying to eat it.
Yeah, like nobody wants buffalo chicken in flight.
Yeah. No.
You know.
Right.
Can I get the duck l'orange while it quacks across the floor, please?
Yeah, I got to chase around with my fork.
Yeah. Be like, this is some serious meat eating.
That was like my intro to like this world. And then like I didn't want to be a part of this community 20 years ago. And then there was a place in Teaneck. I think there's a couple of them called Veggie Heaven.
Veggie Heaven's good. I've been there.
Yeah.
It's like Chinese food. It's very bad for you, but it tastes good. But
because Dojo really soured that community, anytime anybody bought a Veggie Heaven, I'm like, get the hell, I'm not going there. I'm not going to that place. It's like, it's good. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm not going.
Nah, it's really good. I tried. I did after the dinner was so good. I was like, you know what? Let's try desserts. And I got vegan cheesecake.
They failed.
I would rather have fruit fly asshole in my mouth.
I don't think fruit flies have assholes. They're very tiny.
But if you get enough of them,
yeah, I guess.
He's returning the vegan cheesecake. He would like a bowl of fruit fly asshole, please. Fruit fly asshole pudding brulee, if you have back there. Yeah, they stuck it there. This was a Veggie Heaven.
Oh, yeah, that was where the place you went.
First off, I shouldn't have got cheesecake at a Chinese restaurant anyway. So right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. What the hell's wrong
But
with
it
you?
was like the only one that was like seemed delectable.
Yeah.
You know.
But now, did you go with me? Was it you that went to that place, Suzanne's, that vegan joint in the city?
No.
It was maybe Troy Allen. We went to Suzanne's. It's I think its name is Suzanne's. Fuck it, if I know.
Summers.
No, maybe it's not Suzanne. Whatever. It's a vegan joint, and I got like vegan meatballs, vegan meatball sandwich. This was about 5 years ago, and then I got vegan chocolate chip cookies. Those shits were the bomb.
Oh yeah, vegans have figured out dessert.
Yes, they have.
Because you can use massive sugar, and it's like sugar's vegan, and I mean that's what desserts are. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I've had vegan meatballs at this joint by my house that are pretty good too.
Yeah, now they've gotten it good. So they were good. What I didn't like about the vegan meatballs was the consistency. They kind of smushed. So it was like one big mush, like balls into the bread.
Okay.
I kind of didn't like that texture. But other than that, it was tasty. And everything was vegan. The roll, the sauce, everything was vegan on that thing. But here's how infuriating. I went there, I guess about maybe 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I swear I had to be with Troy Allen. We were walking towards it, and Judah Friedlander was walking away, and he was like, "Hey, where you guys going?" And we were thinking about two places, and he told us to go there. He's like, "It's really good." So we went there. So I went inside, and it's just this community, man. This community of people who do this. In the place, they have like, you know, those like sitting wicker chairs, like those baskety swing chairs.
Yeah.
They had one in the restaurant.
Okay.
What are we doing? Are we eating? Are we fucking floating up over in the corner because we want to, a little alone time to meditate on our meatballs? What the fuck do you need that for in here? I was so angry at that. I was in line just staring at that fucking chair. I'm like, why is that there? It doesn't make sense, man. You could do me a favor, get me like a latte with, get me like a a cheesecake, and I'm gonna get like a vegan, blah, 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 and then I'm gonna sit in my fucking little wicker fucking hanging swing chair, and I'm gonna eat my little, dessert. Get the fuck out of that chair. There was a girl sitting in it. I wanted to flip her out of the fucking chair.
That'd be fucking great. Just you fucking flipping the joint. Be like, I'm trying to be a part of your fucking community. You guys are fucking killing me over here.
I just didn't get it. It's just like, what you guys are trying too hard,
shit,
man.
PR. Let me be the face of fucking veganism.
Yeah, you guys are trying too fucking hard, man. You're trying too hard to be this. Like, what are you doing, man? We just want to eat, man. We don't want to eat. I don't need to. Just fucking eat, man.
Yeah, you don't need the whole Buddhist
don't
mantra.
Need it all.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of
take your socks off, get Indian style on a
Never
table with like a rug. You know what I mean? Like, well, I got no chairs.
No, exactly. No. I remember those same people took me to it's a sushi / hibachi joint, and you have to sit on the floor with your feet kind of go down below the table. You're on the floor, but like they have like around the table is a hole cut out, so you're kind of sitting.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, a motherfucking chair. Can I just have a chair? You gotta take your shoes off over at the door. Like, man, what are we doing, guys? It's Saturday again, and again, you're ruining my Saturday with some event that is not necessary. Let's just get some fucking food.
Yeah, it's all about the food, not the.
Man, it's not this stupid. So we were sitting with our feet in a hole. I was so angry. I didn't want to take my shoes off. I'm like, I gotta take my shoes off in this place. What are we doing, guys?
And then I sit. Shoes off.
I gotta sit at a table that your feet goes down in the hole, so you're basically sitting on a chair that was cut out of the ground. Just take the table, elevate it 6 feet, or whatever, and then give me a chair, and we're good.
They try too hard. It's like
try too hard.
See, that's the thing. I think they need to like really like just be kind of normal with it, and then maybe people, because like I tell people, I'm like, I can totally be vegan or vegetarian if there was it's dairy's a tough one for me. You know what I mean? I needed dairy.
Yeah.
My wife's a vegetarian, but she can't go vegan because fucking cheese. I mean, yeah.
Right. Well, with the dairy, the cheese is my one problem with pizza, and if I'm out in a pinch, I'll get a coffee with cream. Now, Dunkin' Donuts has oat milk,
Oh yeah.
But I don't like oat. I like oat creamer because it's put a little more sugar in it. I guess it makes it a little sweeter. I
Yeah.
like cream in my coffee. I never put milk in my coffee. I always put cream, and the oat milk is like kind of like it just doesn't do it for me. Flavorful in the coffee, so I'll get regular cream. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the only down. And if I get any kind of pastry, cookies or cake, it's made with an egg. So I'm not gonna turn it down.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you're not trying to change the world. You're just like trying to be a little healthier.
Just a little bit.
You know what I mean? Because if it's like, honestly, it's like, I can understand, you want to eat steak and chickens and stuff for the animals and shit like
Chickens.
that. But
You said chickens.
why? What was wrong with that?
I don't know. Like the steak means like the cut of beef out of the, and then you were like chickens, like a little 8-year-old.
Because I was
Like,
thinking of wings at the time, so I figured
you're like old chickens.
I was
I
like
don't
a
eat
baseball
chickens.
team of legs and wings. You know what I mean? When you get the But
So,
like the chicken just shitting out, it's just popping out an egg. It's like it's an egg. It's like,
yeah,
I mean, come on, it's not like
Yeah,
a thing. You know what I mean?
it's an aborted egg. Speaking of that, real quick, did you see? I just on Instagram. Bonnie McFarlane had a picture. She's at like I guess the Woman's Choice rally.
Mm-hmm.
And her caption said, "I'll say abortion, you say shun." That just made me laugh so hard.
Oh,
Abort.
that's so funny.
So funny.
I'll say abortion.
You say shun.
She's hilarious.
She is. So, all right, you gave us the news about the pizza cupcakes, which I thought you were going to drop real news. Talk about how great your week was. Don't make me have to do it. But
Oh no, I don't want to talk about that. I'd rather talk about Many Saints.
All right, let's do that then.
Yeah. You saw it?
I did. I just watched it today.
Now I'll say just simply, I didn't hate it. I know why people do.
Right.
And I didn't love it. How'd you feel?
Pretty much just what you said. I did not not enjoy it. It was cool. It was a little nostalgic, and to see some of the characters as they were younger, kind of funny. Saying like when Junior was like your sister's cunt or whatever. When he said that during the show, which I thought was funny. Yeah, it wasn't like, even as I thought about it, I'm like, what happened for this 2 hours? Like, what was this?
It was very convoluted. It didn't know what it wanted to be.
It did, and it became nothing, to be honest with you. It really did. I mean, at the end, it shows black people moved into regular neighborhoods in Newark, and that's kind of the message. And I was like, okay. I mean, that was the movie, but it did not even drive that home well.
Here's my theory on why it sucked. Because I read that there was like a 4-hour cut of it.
Okay.
Right? And I know David Chase, he's like, I've just read articles where he seems like kind of a dick. Not a dick, but like kind of like he said like in the final episode of Sopranos, he picked Don't Stop Believin' because the rest of the crew said he shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Like that kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is he had this 4-hour cut that he put together. Probably wanted HBO to do it as a series or he wanted all of it. And he's like, oh, 2 hours? Cool. I'm giving you dog shit then. Like almost like I'm just cutting.
Yeah.
Because it was so like convoluted. You're like, how can any, like, because he made The Sopranos, so you're like, the guy obviously knows how to tell a story, knows how to get the edit done with the editors and be good. It was so like I was watching multiple stories,
no stories.
But no stories. There was like I still don't even like. People, if you haven't watched it, we're just going to spoil things. But
let's spoiler alert. We're going to talk about the movie. If you don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Like, Moltisanti, you didn't even really see, like, his life. Like, he didn't give us any information to care about him. We're just, like, in it.
Right.
With him. It didn't even, you know what I think their problem was? This is why, like, everybody wanted them to tell the story of young Tony Soprano. That's what people wanted, didn't give it to us. Anytime that kid was on screen, I was enjoying the shit out of it.
Yeah,
the nostalgia was back.
Right.
I think, because if you're going to set up in a movie a character in the mob, now we've seen the mob movie has been done to death.
Yes.
There's only one way to tell it because there's not variations of it when you're talking about the Italian mob. So if you would have told, you're just remaking Goodfellas.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're remaking, so you can't like show him as a young kid and how he came up.
Right.
And that you're just doing Goodfellas with him.
Correct. Yeah.
So I think they were kind of stuck with this. Like, what do we do with this character? Right. Because we don't have long enough of a series to develop him like a Tony Soprano. Because if you watch
what they wanted to do, this is what I think he wanted. He wanted to lay the groundwork of why Tony was the guy he was. We all know who Tony was. We learned about Tony in 7, 8 seasons or whatever it was of Sopranos. You do not need to know who Tony Soprano is. We learned about him. Yeah. I think what he wanted to do was show you a little bit of what made Tony Soprano tick to become that guy.
But he didn't even do that.
No.
He barely gave us Tony Soprano.
Yeah, a little bit with the mom, a little bit, yeah. And then he switches to go to Moltisanti and tell Christopher's father, which another thing I don't know, Christopher calls Tony his uncle, right?
Yes. It's uncle by marriage.
But it isn't. It's so is his mother Tony's father's sister?
Wait, hold up. My brain.
How would it be my marriage? Is it Johnny's sister's husband? Is that how they got through marriage?
Yes, that's exactly who that is. Yeah.
So it's not a blood. So then, if that's the case, he's Tony's Christopher's cousin. It's not his uncle. Because Christopher's father.
Right, no, he is a cousin. Kind of like my Italian Uncle Ray is my mom's cousin, but I call him Uncle Ray. He's actually my cousin.
Okay, I got
But I call him Uncle Ray because he's like older. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's why he calls him Uncle Tony, but he's really his cousin.
Right,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it was just, I don't know. Yeah, like nothing happened.
I thought what the cheesiest part of that movie for me was when Christopher cried when Tony went near him, and that old lady was like, sometimes babies know things before they're born. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah, that was very corny. Silvio is very corny, young Silvio.
Yeah,
which confused me because I thought they were like Tony's age. I thought he was at least Tony's age in The Sopranos. It may be Paulie was older, but Silvio kind of seemed like his age. He never seemed very like older than Tony. To me.
But that Silvio looks kind of young. Not really, but
Tony was like a teenager. And this guy's already losing his hair and putting on hair pieces.
Yeah, right, true.
It was just that threw me off, but that didn't bother me as much. I felt there was times when the Big Pussy casting was awful.
That's why you didn't really see him much.
Well, the only is there was unnecessary to bring those guys in because they didn't do anything with him. Like they totally wasted Joey Coco Diaz. They didn't give him any sort of role. They just kind of popped him there.
Yeah.
They didn't like develop him. He gets shot and you don't care.
Right, not at all.
You don't care because they gave him, they did that corny comedian. When they point at him, you're like, come on. And then, sometimes, like, when Silvio and Paulie were on screen, I'm like, this looks like a Saturday Night Live skit.
It does.
Making fun of The Sopranos.
Because Paulie's character looked anything like a guy who would be a Paulie ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. Ray Liotta, when he was the original brother, not the twin brother in jail.
Yeah, which I hate that they did that too.
Hate that, but he was so overacting as the other guy.
Oh my God, with the laugh he did. Oh, this is very.
And they were just so over the top with the Italian, like everything, like
even what's his name, Moltisanti. The way he would talk, come on, like whoa, tap the brakes, dude. Nobody talks like this.
Yeah, it was just and they had the whole storyline with that like Penelope Cruz looking girl that he like. You felt nothing about that relationship. Like even when he kills her, you're like, why'd this all happen?
Yeah, you barely saw them together, and then and why are you telling the guy who's in the mob that you banged the black dude? What would be in your dumb brain that was all going to work out?
Yeah, that whole scene when he's eating dinner or whatever, and he's all like, "I gotta eat."
Yeah.
And she's like, you're like, what the fuck, like.
Yeah.
Like part of me, like I'm sitting here and I'm saying I'm not hating the movie. I'm kind of liking the nostalgia. I'm trying not to hate it, but it keeps giving me. I'm like, is this purposely done bad? Like, this looks like almost sabotage.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're
that's
like,
how I thought.
This looks like
when Moltisanti a few times tried to talk like, come on, when he tried to do this Italian guy, it was so bad. I'm like, this has got to be, they're trying to do this on purpose.
Now, if you go watch The Sopranos again, Silvio, Paulie Walnuts, they're kind of caricature-y and a little overacty and over the top a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know what? I guess you forgive that because their storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, I guess, prequels are very hard because I would have rather them, if they didn't want to tell the Tony story and wanted to show how Tony got to that, I would have rather have Uncle June's story.
Yeah.
Because at least we know who Uncle June is. So a young Uncle June and seeing how evil he is, which he is, we learned in this, he's a pretty fucked up guy.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I mean? His story would have been better, and I think we would have grabbed to it more. Because even his acting sometimes is a little too much. You're like, every once in a while, they would just go over the top. You're like, am I in a theater class?
You know what I think it was? Unfortunately, they all were doing characters that were well fleshed out and 8 years old. And they're all, I mean, we all knew them and loved them. And I think they were trying too hard to be those guys.
Yeah. I mean, the Uncle June guy, I didn't mind. He was good.
I thought he was great. I liked him.
Tony's mom, that woman was good.
She was a great Liv. I mean, she was, man.
I mean, there should have been, it should have been, I would have liked to see more Carmella, like meeting Tony.
We just saw her one time by the phone booth towards the end.
But like, Gandolfini's son was good in it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when he was on screen, I was invested. It was like, I want more. Because it's like, hey, David Chase, I know you wanted to tell the story of Dickie Moltisanti, but we all love Tony. You gave us 8 years of Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
Either that or leave the fucking kid out of it.
And my thing is, and maybe I got to rewatch it, I don't remember Dickie being a big name that they talked about.
Well, they did. Tony and Christopher talked about him a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm watching over.
He used to be like, "Oh, your old man. He was great," but like, you never really heard that he was one of the like Tony's boss. Tony's father was a boss. Is that right?
Yeah.
Because someone came up to him and said, "Skip, I know that."
Yeah.
So
he was a little over the top too.
Yeah, and I like that guy. I like him a lot and everything he does. But yeah, I don't know, man.
It was odd, like the whole the Newark riots. It's like they brought it up, it just kind of like brought it to like one shot of buildings on fire.
Yeah,
it's like then don't do it at all.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't need it.
Well, it should have. Well, the reason why they did it, it's what sparked those black guys to say, "Hey, we're all fucking we're not sitting around anymore waiting. We're gonna go get our shit." I like that they brought in Frank Lucas. I like that.
Yeah, and they didn't develop the black characters enough to even kind of know what their point was in there.
Yeah. They were trying to give them the point of Newark at the time and not individual points at all.
Yeah, like it should have been like, started like well before that. You established Dickie and his crew normally.
Yeah, right.
Then the riots cause an issue.
Right.
It should have been just about that.
Right. Well, I think that's what he said it was that. I mean, he was trying to make it. That's why it ended with the black guy moving into the white neighborhood.
It was so out of place though. It
was disjointed and it wasn't
so disjointed.
Again, the reason why you enjoy it and you stay locked in, because I'm like, all right, something's got to click eventually, either where it starts to ride a train that I know where we're going. Because right now, this fucking train is all over the place. Because when did Tony's father die for real? Like, he died. Like, the one scene where they show that guy at the carnival getting shot in the back, they showed that in the regular show. That was one thing that Tony talked about with other people about watching that guy get killed.
Yeah.
That was one of the things on Tony's mind when he was back in the, on the show. But I don't remember how his father died. His father get whacked. We didn't see. I thought maybe that we were going to see that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the story of the kid. I mean, as the movie was about to come out, I heard, because I watched the kid interviewed. He said it's the story of Dickie Moltisanti. So I was like, and then I saw so much bad reviews online that I went into it not blind. So I think maybe that helped me enjoy it. Where I kind of knew what I was getting into.
Yeah, well, I listened to Mark Maron talk to David Chase, and listened to him for like 20 minutes, and they talked about how Mark didn't want to spoil it. Just a couple of weeks ago, he said, it's why'd you make it about the Christopher and the dad? Why, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't remember what he said. I was working at the time, so I was in and out of the car. But I kind of knew it wasn't going to be about Tony. It was going to be about Christopher's family. But I thought it was going to be more Christopher's storyline. I did like how Christopher.
You like that? I hated that.
What
how he was doing? He narrates it from the dead in the future. I don't like that. It's so fucking bizarre to me. Well, why? He's dead. Yeah. We all know he's dead. So now that's what he's doing in heaven now? He's telling stories like about the past that he was a baby at? How does he even know this story? He wasn't even
born until
he's given he's like it made zero sense.
Yeah.
It made no logical sense, and it's a hack storytelling technique. I feel like part of me feels like that was something that was added. So like, all right, nobody knows what's going on as we start this.
Yeah.
Like I just as an editor, I could see. First off, I knew way back when they started doing when they held off the release to do reshoots. You're like, that ain't good. And then I could totally tell some of the edits were like they were shot at different times.
Yeah.
There's this one edit I forget where it's like it's one where Joey Diaz is they're like in their room or whatever, and they cut to him and he says something and it's so out of place.
Right.
Like it just doesn't flow with everything. It looks like
when the black dude said something and he yelled back at him like, "Oh, I'm half Sicilian. I'm Siciliana." That one.
Yeah, it just seems. I'm like that was not shot on the same day. Any of that.
Right.
You could just tell it was just like, or it was like, just bad editing. You're just like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, you guys are like chipping. Like I started with them at 1,000. And I'm like, I let them chip away. And like I said, I didn't hate it. Like my brother Chris goes, "Did you like it?" I said, "Did you see it?" He goes, "No." I said, "Well, I didn't hate it. I know why people did. I wouldn't recommend it."
Right.
But it's like if you're a Sopranos fan, I feel like you have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like he said he's like I saw a few episodes. I'm like then you didn't see it because
like
you have no idea what the whole thing is. You can't just see a few episodes of the Sopranos and be like, yeah, I get it.
No. My thing is I don't remember. So like Richie Aprile and that whole like the beginning of the Sopranos with what's his name, the Aprile, not Richie, right? Was it Richie who died of cancer?
Yeah, Richie.
So I was looking for them. So I think I saw him when he was younger because him and Tony were tight when they were younger. So, but I'm telling you, as I thought back of the Sopranos, I don't remember Dickie Moltisanti ever being a guy that we all had to revere and make a movie about.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Nobody cares.
I didn't know him from the show. I didn't know. Yeah, I knew Christopher had a dad. Of course, he's not Jesus. He was born from a guy. And once in a while, he would talk about your father. Your father would do. Let me tell you something. Your father. But Tony, you were a teenager when his father was around. And in the movie, his father got whacked. You were still a teenager. So where was this bond your father did? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know what the fuck your story is now. It's not even. It's like your story is cracked from this movie. Because if you're talking about Christopher's father, when he tells you what your father used to do, you were a teenager. And your father, in the movie, it shows that his father did nothing. But, you know what I mean? Talk good to you and give you a little money and give you some speakers. I mean, you didn't even really drive that relationship home. So why the fuck are we talking about this Dickie guy who I never heard mentioned, really?
It just made no sense. It should have been Tony and his...
Or fucking Silvio sitting around going, "Oh, remember Dickie? Fuck when Dickie was." I don't remember any stories about Dickie. So why
Dickie could have been in it. It should have been Tony's story as young, because even though we know his
making a movie about a guy, Dickie Moltisanti, who was not even a real character that we talked about at all during The Sopranos.
I agree. It was stupid. It was totally stupid. It was like it should have been Tony and his family, because even though we knew about him and his mother's relationship, we could have seen it acted out.
Yeah.
His father, like in and out of jail.
Junior.
And then Dickie comes in and shows him the ropes. We didn't even see him get the ropes. He didn't even see Tony even approach being a mobster.
He wasn't. He quit. He didn't want to be a part of the mob.
His dead uncle gave him a pinky promise at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, what's going on here? Where's the pinky? It wasn't like he grabbed the pinky and pulled it up. The pinky came up.
No, it's kind of crazy.
Who put it up? Christopher? I'm like, this fucking shit's bonkers.
And then, but that's just a little nod to him doing that to AJ.
Yeah, I know. It's just with corny. Then the music came in. Woke up this morning.
Yeah.
It's weird. It sounds like I didn't like it. I did kind of like it, but it was annoying me because it could have been great.
I think I went in with no expectations because I knew I heard a lot of bad things, and I'm like, my thought is everyone probably hates it because the expectations were high on it being a Sopranos sequel.
Yeah.
I mean prequel, and I figured it's probably not. So I went into it looking at it like even David Chase said it in an interview, I just wanted to make a mob movie, which I want to let him know you failed because that thing was not a mob movie because you didn't know families, you didn't know bosses. All you knew is that you paid the black guy to do stuff once in a while. You had no idea. You collected numbers, and that was it. There was no fighting for terror. There was nothing. There was no conversations. It just was happening as we're watching you bang your father's fucking wife. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody was like at odds. There was no tension.
There was no meetings. Like we got to do something.
You were like, oh my god, he wants to kill that guy. I wonder if he's gonna kill that guy. Like people start getting killed. You're like, who just killed him and why?
Yeah, right.
Like people just it's like 45 with 45 minutes to go in the movie. It's just like people just started getting shot. I think they were like, man, it's been a long time. No, we haven't killed nobody. Like we haven't whacked nobody. Just start whacking. I just whacked Joey Diaz in front of the fucking thing. It was like, and he got whacked by who? Who was that whacked him? I don't even. It was like,
it was
the black.
What's his name? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. It was just fucking annoying. Whatever.
Yeah. Again, I feel the same way. I did not hate it. I enjoyed it because I went on low expectations. So I watched it, the nostalgia, seeing some of the old characters, hearing some of the old lines from the show coming from them younger. I was like, it's cool. And I think I was anticipating something happening eventually. Then I kept touching the screen. So I watched on my tablet outside and I kept touching the screen.
See the time.
And I'm like, really, man? It's 20 minutes left and I still don't have a fucking clue what's happening? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you see it all coming. You're like, she slept with a black dude. It's going to be, this is stupid. This is fucking over. And then they're walking down the beach and she tells him? What dumb I don't know, man. Do you know who you're talking to? You're going to tell him, oh, yeah, you know the guy who killed all your friends? I fucked him. Please don't hurt him. I'm going to hurt you and him, you dummy.
Yeah, that was... I'm just hoping, just based on the ending, that they do something with young Gandolfini and make more of a Tony thing. They should have done it as a miniseries. I'm just hoping they do something more with it with that kid because I like the kid. He looks like his dad. He got the mannerisms down good. I'd love to see his come up. That's what we all wanted to see. Just like kind of like the Star Wars prequels, we wanted to see how Darth Vader became Darth Vader.
Right.
We didn't want to see Darth Vader's uncle.
I think this is what you're saying is what he didn't want to do.
Yeah, I know. But nobody wanted to see Darth Vader's cousins or uncles. They wanted...
But I believe we learned about Tony's come up through the episodes. There's really no story to tell.
Yeah, I guess there's no story to tell then. Yeah.
Got it. He told Melfi, Dr. Melfi, everything. We watched him. We learned about his mom. He told all the stories about his mom. We've seen her psycho ass.
Yeah, I just think there's no way to do prequels then. I mean, properly.
On this movie. Not on this show that we've seen 8-10 years of it.
Yeah, because the reason why like an Uncle June or somebody would like The Godfather 2 is a prequel, kind of.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I mean? But we met him in the first one.
Right.
So we see the younger version of him. That's why I'm saying the Tony younger version. But I guess the difference with The Godfather is we didn't really learn a lot about him.
At all. We learned a lot about Tony, man. It's not. How do you not know?
That's why it should have been a series where you have a long time to get us to like Dickie.
Correct.
And a whole thing. And there had to be more people in the crew, like the Joey Diaz character to be developed more.
Eliminate 8-episode series.
8 episodes have been great.
8-episode series, right? And you show that crew, how they started and where they got to, and then the father brings the broad over. He had a twin brother. You learn about that. I don't want to just fucking walk into a prison and see, like, who? Oh, he had a twin? Oh, now you're going to go back to this fucking shaman, this mobster shaman who's going to tell you how to spiritually get through life. Get the fuck out of here. You want to do good deeds? Come on.
Yeah.
This storyline was whack. Every time he would go back and see this guy, see Ray Liotta, I was like,
it made no sense. The whole
there were a couple of corny moments and a couple of I liked the moments. And I liked that Frank Lucas was a part of it. I was like, oh, Frank Lucas, oh, nice. Because that was that time. Couldn't ignore him. You couldn't ignore.
They try to put 10 pounds of shit in a 2-pound bag. They just put too much in.
Yeah.
You couldn't get it all together. The acting was weird, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was just, you're like...
Yeah, trying to be these guys that we all know and love, man. You can't.
But even Dickie, who we don't know who he is, he was like what?
Oh,
he looked like you know, if like we were on stage and we are gonna try and play a mobster, like just like that's what it came on. Ayo!
Yeah.
Like,
They
said that twice too. It's like, yeah, we got the joke the first time, bro.
Yeah, and it was really good. I loved it in what do you call it? Midnight Run. That's where it really come and leave it there where it belongs. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the mob movie's dead because you can't tell it you can't tell mob movies anymore. I think they're done. They're done.
Right. That's why I'm going to do a mob comedy.
What? Oh yeah.
Like a sitcom.
Like Analyze This.
No, not like that. But because that's so what that did.
I mean, Sopranos is like a comedy. You know what I mean? It's like a dark comedy.
Analyze This was it did a lot of that playing up on the Italian stuff and the mob stuff and like making it like overplaying that.
But your sitcom's a lot different. You're not trying to do a mob
no.
But I'm saying the mob movie. It's like you had the subtle mob movie with The Godfather,
right?
And you had the more modern mob movie with Goodfellas, and it's over. They tried doing a John Gotti thing with John Travolta. It was dog shit.
Right.
And it's just because I don't think people care no more because we understand. We get it. We know who these guys are. You got this, the family, the cop, you know, the consiglieres, the guy killed that guy. I want to become the boss. Like, what are you going to do? It's the same battle.
Right.
I'm going to light a restaurant on fire. We're going to go this. The guy who shoot that guy.
There's no more to tell.
Like the only thing, like if you had like, remember like how like in The Wire, like when like Omar is like the gay, like crazy gangster, where like back then, especially when that came out, it's like you never see a character like that. Like if they did something like that with the mafia, like a mob boss but like even then, he still got to kill the guy, got to light the thing on fire. Like you know what I mean?
He's still got to kill the guy, light the thing on fire.
Got to steal a truck and get the suits.
The worst mob writing room. You're gonna kill the guy, light the thing on fire. You know,
no, but it seems like they do all the checklists. All right, you got to boost the truck, get the suits.
Yeah.
We're gonna light a restaurant on fire. Some guy's gonna owe you money.
Yeah, you're gonna whack him, and you're gonna go to his funeral, and you're gonna kiss the wife. Said, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah, a guy wants to be made. We don't want to make him. We show him disrespect.
Yeah.
It's like it can't be done anymore.
No, it was a fascinating, fun story to tell, but it's been told. We're good.
It's been told. It's over. I think. Yeah, The Sopranos. There was probably just no way to make a prequel that would have been happy for anybody. Because, like you said, if we did Tony, we'd be like, "Yeah, we heard this already."
Yep.
Just now we see it with a kid.
Right.
I mean, that was kind of why the Darth Vader one sucked too, because it was like we heard the story.
Right.
And then they told it poorly. They told the backstory better in small increments in the other ones. So when you try to expand on them, you're like, well, I already know how it turns out, so nothing's shocking to me.
Nothing. It's hard.
Like you already know that Darth Vader, before he had the thing, like killed a bunch of people.
Right.
So when he does it, you're like, yeah, I'm waiting for him to do this. Not like, can't believe he did. Like now, if you went back a prequel and showed me like Obi-Wan Kenobi is a piece of shit.
Right. Yes.
I would be like, oh my God, Obi-Wan Kenobi was a serial killer? Then became Obi-Wan Kenobi? This is amazing.
Right.
Yeah, like Dickie Moltisanti was like a priest.
Right.
And then like got slowly, then it's like Breaking Bad, but like with the priest and the mafia. Like,
yeah. That would be fine.
I don't know, something. There's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's over.
No.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah. Fucking Gazarich.
Apollo Casadito over here.
Apollo Gazarich.
Oh, so bad. But it was
some of them
too.
though. I laughed out loud. Like sometimes, and it wasn't supposed to. Like, hey yo, like when he was at that dinner table and like you like grabbed her face. Like, I was like, I'm like, this fucking guy, dude, you stink. How's anyone? Like, I'm just picturing someone going, cut, perfect.
Yeah, right. Check the gate. Yeah, we got it.
The gate, we had it. It was sabotage, Tony. They sabotaged you.
Absolutely.
But I think we beat that horse to death. So what we're saying, people, is watch it.
Listen, if you're a Sopranos fan, you got to watch it.
You got to watch it. I didn't hate it. I did love it.
Just
in certain aspects of it.
Lower your expectations and realize that you're not getting the Sopranos. You're not getting a Sopranos prequel, really. So please just go in knowing that some of the characters you fell in love with during Sopranos are going to be in this movie, and that's it.
Yeah, you got a mediocre mob movie with good Sopranos Easter eggs.
Correct.
With no storyline. So
no storyline and no follow up and no closure. So
yeah, they tried to fit that all in the poster, but they figured it would deter people.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Well, I remember David Chase was pissed that they didn't put it just in theaters; they put it on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And I only think the only reason is because he wanted to get that opening weekend gross of everyone coming out, and then because he's like, "Fuck, we're not going to even make that."
It didn't do one night in the theater.
Oh, it came out in the theater the same day as HBO
it's
Max.
Streamed. Got it.
Yeah, so. But I hate to tell David Chase, I've been to the theater in the past year a few times. Ain't nobody going.
Right.
Like they used to.
Yeah.
Especially that. You got to be a superhero movie.
Exactly.
To get people to go.
Yep.
You got to make like fucking Dickie Moltisanti green with like bulging muscles and like it's the weirdest mob movie ever. Tony Soprano used to throw hot lava. And that's what started the Newark fires. Crazy. Crazy. Anything else going on?
No. Why don't you tell the people? Can we at least celebrate you a little bit? I'm going to say it. Fuck it. Joe has been working on a web series, okay, called the I Don't Know Joe Show. And I'm not going to really get into what it is, but Joe submitted one of the episodes to a few film festivals and got into one that he thought was not even a chance. He was like, I'll just do it in this one. So he got into like the New York City Film Festival, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So that came back this week. And then Joe gets an email from Sirius Radio that they're going to start playing some of his tracks on Sirius Radio. After one submission, one email, bang, took it, boom, put it up. And now Joey's got some stuff on Sirius, and he's got a movie and a short in a film festival. Come on, that's a hell of a week for a creator.
It was a hell of a week. All right, I'll give it a.
There you go.
I'll even hit the glockenspiel. No, it was very exciting, especially because I got denied 2 film festivals before that. So and I've been used to that in the past where I've made things that got into some, didn't get into another. So it's going to happen. You're not going to get into everyone. But like the first 2, it was like the first 2 out of the gate. No, you're like, oof. And then it's so funny. Like immediately my head goes to, I'm not even going to finish this series. Like, because you're like, if and then that one came back, I'm like, all right, because whether I win or not, or finalist, whatever, I'm in.
Right.
And that's huge. So it just it jacked me up to finish. And there's the majority of the film festivals are next year anyway. Like,
yeah.
And but it was nice because they sent you a nice little flower thing that says official selection to pop on your poster.
What is it, like olive branches? What are those things?
I forget. They have a term for them. I forgot what it's called. Let me see if I can get it in the thing.
Caesar head wraps.
Caesar, close.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's they give you like choices. They're like, would you like it to look like this or like that? I'm like, just give me fucking whatever. Film. Let me see. Film Freeway.
I don't like the way my lips look on this fucking screen.
What happened to your lips?
I look fucking red. Like I have lipstick on.
Well, maybe you do.
I don't.
Did you use chapstick? Did you have a like a lollipop?
Those are two completely different events, you know,
No,
right?
I know, but I'm mentioning things that possibly could be.
Have a lolly? Like you didn't even say, or did you have a lollipop recently? You like use chapstick or have a lollipop?
Or an
Like,
icy?
You didn't say or. You were like, do you use chapstick, have a lollipop, maybe ices, all at once? I didn't do any of it, man. It's just the lighting. Here's like, I guess it's yellowing, so it makes me look like I'm jaundiced.
It's called a laurel.
A laurel?
Laurel. That's what the whole thing is called. I don't know what the plants are called, but the whole thing's called a laurel. Now
Why don't you Google what is a laurel made out of?
Laurel. It's a it's a plant. It's a bay laurel.
It's a bay laurel.
I don't know if I.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I see it. I see it. Yeah, nice.
It's a
there
laurel.
You go. It's a laurel. Now we know.
Dude, I tell you, I got a COVID antibodies test.
No.
So I'm reading online one day, doing my own research.
Couldn't resist.
Yeah, couldn't resist. Algorithm showing me what I need. So I was reading this thing about asymptomatic COVID people, and
now I know why you got your.
Because they said you could have the antibodies because asymptomatic, you may not even been contagious, but you could have had COVID in you, but your body fought it off well.
Right.
So it was $10, LabCorp. We got the antibody test, but I have to call to make sure, But according to what I'm reading on this thing, because it says it has two tests, one about the vaccine, how it's working.
Got it.
And it's a high number. It's like 919.7, where my wife's was like 30.
Like so hers already dropped down.
It was like low to begin with because she has a compromised immune system. And then the one under it, the Roche Elix anti-SARS-CoV-2 test says positive, which they say when you Google that says antibodies from having COVID.
So you had COVID.
Well, I'm going to call LabCorp tomorrow and be like, listen, you sent me this thing with a lot of words and I am dumb. So I know it says positive, but it's got to be because the one on top means vaccine. So the second one's got to be the other one.
Right.
But I just want to know for sure, which means I fucking got a kick-ass immune system. Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know if I got it before the vaccine or after. Maybe the vaccine helped me fight it.
Maybe.
I don't know. But the good thing is, the scary thing is if I did have it. I mean, the good thing is I didn't give it to anybody here.
Right.
But it's scary that I didn't know.
So did hers come back with that saying negative?
Yeah. But she got hers a while ago. So I'm going to just call them tomorrow. But I'm sitting there. I'm like, I can't believe I'm sorry. I'm like, I wish they could tell me when I had it. It's like
Tuesday.
No, but like
June
because it just says
17th.
positive. Is like high number of positive like means recently, or low number means I had a long time ago. Because I know antibodies don't stay at like a high level; they decrease. Right. So it's like I want to be like, yo, like if high antibodies is 10 and low is 0, where am I? 10, 5, 0. Then I could maybe gauge on when I got it.
Right.
It's not a lot. They got to make these better for dummies. Like a dummy. This means you were positive and you definitely had COVID-19 at some point definitively.
In the last 6 months.
Yeah, or just definitively. It's just like, I'm like, it's sending me down rabbit holes to Google. My wife can't believe it. She goes, I can't believe you had COVID. You had COVID? I'm like, I guess. I said, I told you. That's why I've been washing my hands. She used to yell at me because I don't wash my hands all the time. I'm like, because that's why. My body's ready.
Now, do you remember before the vaccine did you have a day remember you had a couple days with headaches and not feeling well? Remember?
No, the only headache I got was from the vaccine.
No. Fucking like 3 weeks ago, you were like, bro, I don't know, man. I've been getting headaches. Like for the past couple of days, I've had headaches and I can't get rid of it. I don't feel great. It's not like I'm sick. I'm not coughing. But the only thing is I got a headache and I don't know why.
Yeah, but I took a fucking Advil and it was gone.
No, it was like a couple of days, man. It wasn't a kind of headache where you're like, oh, I got a headache. Let me get a fucking Advil. You were complaining to me. You're like, I'm a little worried because I've had this headache and I really can't shake it.
Yeah, but I don't think that was COVID though. That's not a sign of COVID.
Yeah, headaches are, you dope. It's your
Is
first
it?
sign. Yeah.
Maybe that was it. I don't know, but it's
Yeah, and you were worried. You're like, I think I got the vaccine, but who knows? That could be part of it. And then it kind of, 2 days later, a day and a half, 2 days later, you were done with that headache and you were moved on. But you had it. It was like a couple of days. You're like, yeah, it's been like I didn't feel good. I went to sleep. I was tired.
maybe I got to talk to these fucking people and then maybe talk to my doctor about these
How
results.
much did the test cost? $10
$10
with insurance, or just $10 in general?
Well, they asked for my insurance, but it was just $10. I just paid $10 online. Yeah, you sign up online at LabCorp. You Google LabCorp antibody testing.
Okay.
And then you just $10 with a credit card. Then you make an appointment. Blood work. I had the results the next day.
Needle? They take blood out of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They take blood and
yeah, I want to see, because I want to get the booster, but I'm not old enough. But because I sometimes deliver medications, maybe I'll qualify.
Well, get this because you could see if your number's high for the vaccine number.
Yeah.
Yes, I told Carrie, I was like, you just call me Joey Antibodies. That's what I am now.
Joey Immune System.
Joey Immune System told you, using handrails and doorknobs and shaking hands. Because we got my shit ready to be champion of COVID-19 pandemic. Fuck you, Delta. Yeah, because if it was recently, that means my immune system killed the Delta. Not even that original pussy one. That old one from the olden days.
The old 2020 one?
2020 strain? Get the fuck out of training wheel. It's like horse and buggy COVID. Get the hell out of here. It was like black and white picture COVID. It was like,
come on,
black and white pictures, dirty feet. You know what I mean? No shoes.
Yeah.
Depression
hippie COVID.
Yeah.
Hippie.
Yeah.
Hippie COVID. Come on.
Hippie COVID. Yeah,
I got millennial
Delta's
COVID.
designer suit mob.
Yeah.
But no, I can't wait to call tomorrow and find out.
I can't wait for you to call them. Like, no, that doesn't mean you had COVID. It means we've tested it for you positively. You never had it.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah, yeah, it's positive that you never. But then it means my wife got negative, so then she negatively didn't have it. I don't wait. So if we positively did have it, how do you go reverse with that? How would you say that?
So, all right, let me say, this says you positively had it, and this one says, you know what, we really can't tell.
No, you said positively I didn't have it.
You positively did not have it, and she definitely,
negatively had it.
She definitely didn't not have it.
You didn't not have it.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you did not have it. What does that mean?
Did not have it.
Well, the research is still out, but
yeah, but we're saying you definitely did not have it. You definitely did not have it.
Yeah, you definitely did. Thanks, Doc. Thanks for the clarity.
Did I have it? I don't know, but you definitely did not have it. I'll tell you a little. So I think I told you, but I just want to tell our listeners, whoever downloads this, people always ask me, they're like, why do you not especially I joke around about being single and having a hard time on dating sites and all this stuff, and everybody's like, come on, that's just part of your act. You don't really have struggle with meeting girls. And I'm like, I do. They're like, no, you don't. You're just joking. I'm like, oh, I'm going to show you why I don't get laid ever. Like last week I was in this veterinary clinic during the day in the Bronx. I walked in and there was this very attractive Puerto Rican girl leaning on a bench, like with her knee up on the bench with two dogs. And I walked into the door. She was kind of facing the door, and to her left was her friend standing there. So I kind of walked around her friend and went to the bathroom, which is behind this Spanish girl. And she turned around. She watched me. She watched me walk the whole way in, and eyed me. Not like, who's that guy? Like who is that guy? She was watching me. I'm not confused. You know what I'm saying? I felt girls like me before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know the vibe.
Yeah. So when I came out of the bathroom, I would have been standing kind of off to her back. So she spun around and sat down. So now I was kind of right to her left so she can be looking at me. Her friend is standing in front of her. But she kept looking at me talking to a friend, looking over, trying to wanting me to make eye contact and engage. But I was just, you're there with your dog. I'm just not gonna, not gonna talk to you. I'm waiting for the samples. I'm just waiting, and then her friend leaves, and she's just looking at me, and one of the dogs got taken. A little girl dog gets taken. She had a girl and a boy, like I don't know what kind of dogs. So little fluffy dogs, cute little fuckers. And the girl dog gets taken by the doctor down the hallway, and the little boy dog was like, "Hey," like he was like very concerned. I was just watching his little face, like, "Hey, what? Hey, that's my sister." So she barks. You hear her down the hallway, like, "Arr!" And he's like, "Arr!" It was so cute. So she's like, "Oh, it's okay. It's relaxed. She's gonna be okay." I was like, he doesn't look happy. And she's like, "No, he's very, very protective." And then she starts to talk to me because she wanted to talk to me the whole time. She's like, and he doesn't like men. He doesn't like men for some reason. And the secretary who was over here, she's like, "My dog doesn't like men." And she was like, "Oh yeah." And she did not want to talk to her. You know what I mean? Like she was like, "Oh, cool." So yeah, he doesn't really. And she starts telling me stories and stories. And as she's telling me a story, my samples come out. I got about 10 bags of samples. And she's like, "Oh, you work for the lab?" And I'm like, "Yep." And she's like, "Wow, you got a lot of blood work today." And I could have just been like, "Yeah, it's a lot of blood work." No, I couldn't. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I was like, "Yeah, no," and poop too. And poop. And she ignored that and continued telling. She's like, "So what do you have to do? Like go to other clinics? What do you do?" It's like, "Do you have a lot of labs you go to?" And I was like, you didn't hear me? Like she tried to blow past that. And I was like, no. There's poop in here. With the blood, you were saying blood, and there's poop. So there's blood and poop. So poop's in here. I like 5 times.
Yeah.
How to say it. So she heard me say poop. And then she was just like, "Okay." Like, done. She didn't want to hear. Like, I had to let her know I'm holding shit. Like, bags of shit in my hand right now.
Well, I got to tell you, you didn't have to.
I didn't have to.
You really didn't have to.
I didn't have to. Now, it might not have gone anywhere. It's not like we were going to hang out. It's not a club. But you never know. I could have been like, "Listen, I really like talking to you. Maybe one day we can get coffee or something. I got to go work." But I could have went a little further. Who knows? I probably wouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, but you just she said, "What? Those are a lot of samples." That's what she said. Blood, a lot of blood.
She said, "Wow, you work for? Oh, you got a lot of blood work."
She just said, "I do it for the animals."
Yeah. No, I didn't. I didn't say anything.
I do it,
Like, "Hey, I'm here to help the process."
I'm an animal lover, vegan. I don't know if you know that. Except cheese. What? You didn't hear that?
And I could have just been, I don't know, man. Who knows how it would have probably ended the same way. But I just walked away. I was like,
But when you say the thing, that's all you think about. Like, what if even if it ended this? But you're just like, why the fuck did I say that?
Why'd I have to say poop? Why'd I have to tell her poop 5 times? Why? You're a comedian, I get it, Mike, but not now. Not now. There's no need for poop talk right now, man. Talk to the pretty Puerto Rican chick.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. And I was looking good that day, man. I was looking good. My hair was good. Like, my eyes, I had a blue mask on. My eyes were fucking hot. Now, I'm telling you, man, I looked really good. I was feeling myself that day. My legs, I had shorts on. My legs looked nice. I had a little bounce to my step. I was, like, popping around. I was good, dude. I was good, man. She felt that vibe.
My hair was straight. My legs was good. My eyes was popping.
My hair was like, I don't know. I had a nice little blonde streaks in it. Like, it was nice, bro. The sun was out. My fucking legs looked nice. Everything was. I was looking good. My eyes were popping. I had and I wasn't even paying attention to it. I was a little bounce to my step. I just was singing in the car. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I was fucking smooth, dude.
And then poop came out.
Then I say, "Shit, well, I got poop in my hand." These bags of poop. Yeah. You want to go out sometime? I have bags of shit in my hand. What the fuck, Mike?
Yeah, she's on her podcast now. I'd be like, "Dude, yeah, he had nice eyes, nice legs. The hair was on point."
Yeah. He's a little chunky, but I like him thick. You know how I like him thick.
He's a little funny, got a little goofy. Yeah, I can tell he's a funny guy.
He was, and then you tell me.
And you guys know what is my one thing I hate in life. Then they do like a fucking thing on their podcast with a
montage of her saying,
"Poop." No, he didn't. Did he say poop? Oh, sorry, swiping away.
And then just show a montage of all her other podcasts where she's said that before. "Hate poop. poop, ew, poop, 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 poop,
Yeah.
poop, poop, poop.
And girls, what do we say when a guy says poop? Yuckaroo.
Goodbye.
See ya. Sorry, I don't care how good your legs are, man.
So I always do when growing up in my neighborhood. Like I don't know, I say my legs because there used to be these couple of Puerto Rican girls I worked with. I lived in Jersey City. A lot of Puerto Rican girls liked me. They called me Blanquito. That was the name. The girls all called me Blanquito growing up. I wish I had half of the confidence I have as a human being today back then, because I would have cleaned house. But what did I do? I got none of that action. I just let girls tell me how cute I was and did nothing about it because I suck. But they all liked my eyes. They all liked it. I mean, and my leg. I remember I was working, and these two Puerto Rican girls were working like the wallpaper department. I was working the paint counter, and I never wore shorts. I always wore jeans. And they were like, the one girl was like, "I bet you have nice. You could just tell he has nice legs, right? You could tell how the jeans be falling on his legs. You know he's got nice legs." They liked my. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm like, yeah, I guess I got nice legs. Thanks. Did nothing with that action, but yeah. So I could definitely feel that she was at least interested enough to talk to me. She wanted to talk to me. She wanted to talk to me the whole time. Like the whole time, she was hoping I would talk, and then I give her poop, and then I drove away. And the scenario in my head after I was, you know how you do that? You know how you do the how it should have worked out scenario as you're driving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what would have happened if I would have did this?
Or maybe you'll run into her again. Maybe poop was the thing that makes her knees weak, and she was like, "I gotta get out of here."
Yeah, well, if it makes her knees
and
weak,
she's on her podcast now, going, "Okay, ladies, he had good hair, he had good legs, eyes were popping, he had the mask on, he was looking good, he was in the groove, making me laugh, and then he said, he said the thing that makes me get the thing."
He did not. He did not.
I'm telling you, he became what do we guys say, girls? Poopy mouth. Hot. So he said it, and I'm like, what am I going to just jump this guy's bones in the vet's office? I can't do that again.
Again. That's why I had to change vets.
So I got out of there. I think he thinks I don't like him.
But I do.
But I do like him. Should I go back there? Yeah, well, I got to try not to say poop anymore.
You know how it
goes?
goes?
No. I hope he says it a lot. Then you're going to meet her again and be like, just don't say it, Mike. Just don't say it.
And then she's on our podcast next week's like,
yeah, she'd be like, the fucking guy don't like me. He fucking won't say it once. He doesn't want to be
what's in the, I was like, what's in the bag? And he's like, pee and blood. It's like, no, what else though? Pee and blood.
Yeah, there's anything smelly in there? Huh? Anything?
Pee smells.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything like really smelly? I mean, like, I mean, I'm saying, was there any accidents recently?
Not number ones, maybe a number two.
Yeah, my favorite number's 2. I don't know if you know.
Do you have a bag full of number 2?
Yeah, my favorite number's 2. I'm born in February. I am an Aquarius, if you get what I mean. February 2nd, 1972.
My favorite baseball player is Derek Jeter, number 2.
Derek Jeter, number 2. Derek
number
Jeter.
2. Jeter.
He kicked the shit out of the ball, if you know what I mean. And then, Mike, you're gonna be not even knowing that thing, gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about, lady. I just have blood samples.
Yes.
I'm here to impress you with my legs and hair. Good hair.
I have good hair.
And then you'll be like, I don't know what's up with this broad, man. I fucking...
Yeah, next week I'll be talking about fucking bitch telling me she likes the Derek Jeter. I mean, it's great. I'm a Yankee fan too, but come on.
She kept bringing up the number 2. Like, who the fuck does that? Potty.
I've been always... I used to go to this gym in Paramus, Health Spot 2. And there was this one girl. She was so hot. And she was all about business, man. When she came in, she worked out. And when I was at the gym, I don't do that. I don't talk I never talk to anybody, any women at the gym, because they're there to work out. They're not there to be hit on. And there's already those guys
Yeah.
working out near them, grabbing the fucking weights next to the girl. There's already a bunch of those mooks. I never do it. Never talk to women at the gym. So there was this one girl, my roommate was to go to the same gym, and there's one girl, she was just gorgeous, fucking smoking hot. She looked like Jennifer Aniston, but with J-Lo's body.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, dude. I'm telling you, she was gorgeous. And she never talked to anybody. Maybe one of the girl workers she would talk to, and another girl at the gym, she would talk to her, but nobody else. She had a little earbuds in. This is like, this is 2002. She's working out. And one day I was at the dumbbells, and she comes to the dumbbells, and I'm just working out, and I don't go. I'm already here. I try to give her space, and I'm not even looking over at her. I'm looking away because I know she's all about business, and I don't do that anyhow. So I'm just working out, and she's like, "Oh, it's so beautiful out today," and I was like, "Yeah, it is nice. It was very nice." Right back to working out. She's like, "Yeah, I've been driving a kid from Connecticut. I work in Connecticut. I'm in the bank," and I'm like, "Right, oh, okay." And she's like trying to get me to talk to her. And I finally gave in, and we talked for about 10, 15 minutes as we're working out. And then I went on about my business, and I left. So the next day I see her coming down the hallway, and I'm like, well, we already established that I could talk. You know what I mean? We could talk. We just talk and relax. Relax, dude. She likes you enough. She doesn't talk to anybody. So she likes you enough to talk to you. So just be cool. Be cool. And she's coming to me, and she's about 2 feet away from me, and this is what I'm filling up my water bottle, and she's right here, and I'm trying to be cool. You know what I mean? Just be cool, dude. And she comes here, she's looking right at me, and I do this. Mm-hmm. That's how I acknowledge her walking to me.
Just take a big, uncomfortable
I took a sip and went mm-hmm, like that. Mm-hmm. And she was like, like you see her face go, and just walked in the gym. I never spoke to her again, ever.
I don't think you spoke to her once. Yeah.
I think the only time you spoke to her was that one day.
Yeah.
Because the next day you didn't speak to her. I left. I went right to the locker and left. I was like, all right, I'm done. I got to go.
Yeah, you feel that burning in your chest like that. It's like that bomb feeling, like when you know you're like, oh.
How much more time I have? 45?
Yeah,
it was brutal. It was brutal. Like, even my roommate saw the day that she was talking to me, and he was like, yo, that girl's talking to you. And I was like, I know. He's like, so don't talk to anybody. I was like, I know. It's pretty cool. And she was a cool chick. And she's like, had her shit together. She seemed like a smart girl. Like, she was a cool chick. And not that she was interested in jumping my bones in the locker room. I'm just saying that we had a little rapport, and my awkwardness blew that. And I remember 6 months later, I was talking to someone who, like an old lady who always talks to her, and I brought her up. I was like, and I forget the girl's name, and she's like, yeah, she met some guy at work, and I was like, and then 3 months later, she got pregnant. So like in 9 months from our conversation, she was pregnant. That could have been my baby.
Could have been.
Think of it like that, which is, I guess I sidestepped the landmine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. That's what you need, a baby.
Yeah, a baby.
Yeah.
When I had 2 babies at home.
Yeah, be like, I already got one of these.
I got 2 of them.
2 of these.
I don't want another one of these. There's nothing hotter than on a website, on a dating site that says, like there's a spot children, and it's just have, don't want, have plus don't want, and I'm like,
nice.
Oh, I love you. You just got hotter. Don't want.
There's some Puerto Rican girl out there for you, Mike. There is.
Well, yeah, Puerto Rican's nice. I mean, my kid's mom is mostly half Puerto Rican, so that was.
Yeah, it's just, I think the poop girl's still in play.
I went to that. I mean, that happened Wednesday. I was there Thursday and Friday. Or that happened Tuesday. Whenever it was, I've been there every day since. And, you're just hoping. You're like, hey, nope.
You got your speech already when it comes in. Hey, it's not you. Sorry.
Hey, I'm sorry I talked about poop the other
You
day.
heard the ding ding from the door. Yeah. Yeah. What?
I remember Frank talking about being awkward. Frank went out with this girl one night. They went like on a date, and he was like 2 days later. He was calling her for a second date. Mm-hmm. he got her a voicemail, and he was like, whatever. Just hit me up later if you want to talk. And he stumbled. He was like, I'm saying that. He was trying to do like the I fucked up, but he kept doing it like he kept doing that noise, trying to get it right, but he's recording it. Like he's trying to get that like I messed up on those words. He's like, yeah, just come here to there's a he kept doing it, and she never called him.
No.
And he
That's
told
funny.
me,
Girls are. It's like so quick to, but like if a girl did weird shit like that, we'd be like, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, of course. It's
I guess
funny.
if a girl really likes you, she'd be like, yeah, he's just tongue tied.
Did I ever tell you? Well, we'll end it, but there was my boy Tommy Patrick, who passed away a few years ago. This was like 2009, 2010, when Plenty of Fish, the website Plenty of Fish dating site, was kind of like hopping. It was like 2008, 2009, because I was getting a lot of action on Plenty of Fish. Always somebody on my hook.
There was Plenty of Fish on there?
Plenty of fish. Believe me, plenty of fish.
Mike had lots of bait.
2008, 2009. The seas were friendly to this fisherman. So Tommy, I tell him about it, so he signs up, and I go to his house. It was just a funny, whole night was funny. Me helping him set up his profile, me taking a picture. It was just funny. We're taking a picture of him. Like he like stood like he like 3 steps, like his house, like come into the house, and you come up like 4 steps to the living room. He just stood at the bottom of the stairs. I took a picture from him up here. It was just funny, and I was just laughing like we're 2 men doing like a photo shoot for your dating site. This is just so gay. But so he had set his profile up, and then like I guess a week later, I came back to his house. Like, yo, I emailed some girl, and she emailed me back, and I was like, all right, let's see what he's like. She emailed me her number. Said, let's talk. And I was like, well, call her. Let's go. Do it, man. He's like, now? I'm like, well, she sent you the number. He's like, yeah, she sent it to me yesterday. I'm like, well, then call her now. Don't fucking wait. It was like a Friday night. So he calls the girl, and I'm sitting and listening to him talk. And he's like, hey. Now his screen name was Tommy P, I think. And her screen name was Love Ducky.
Love Ducky?
Love Ducky. His name was Tommy Patrick. So his name was Tommy P. He's like, hey, it's Tommy P. Hey, is this Love Ducky? Just listening to him talk. And he's like, yeah, how you doing? I just wanted to call you and say hello. And now she's telling him something. She tells him, I'm at a chocolate convention. There's a chocolate convention in town in New York, like a big chocolatiers convention. It's like it's annual. Like there's wine conventions. It's a chocolate convention. It's in the Javits Center or close by. So he goes, what, chocolate convention? This is him. I wish I would have known. And I'm like, why does it matter what you know? She didn't invite you to the chocolate convention. So he's like, chocolate, man. I wish I would have known. He kept saying. So I'm watching him, and he's sitting down in his chair, and a good 5 minutes have passed, and he hasn't been speaking. Okay. She's been talking. And he's just, every once in a while, like, And it's like 5 minutes passes. He's like, man, I just wish I would have known. And I was like, still on the chocolate thing? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I said, say something. And he's like, what? And I'm like, just say something. And he gives me this thumb up. He's like, I got you. He gives me a wink, like, I know what you're talking about. I got you. I'm going to talk right now. And he goes, Is there foreign chocolates there? Like still about it's still about the chocolates and foreign. It's called. Is there fucking imported chocolate? You fucking retard. Is there foreign chocolates? But the way he was still talking about the chocolate, like you had nothing else to say, and I fell on the floor. I could not stop laughing. He put the phone under a pillow because he was laughing. It hurt so much to laugh. And then finally he picks the phone back up and he tries to walk away from me into his kitchen. And like his kitchen's got one of those windows that you like from the living room, you can see the kitchen. So I was leaning on like the ledge. He's like, so I said, I go to him, I go, get off the fucking chocolate topic. Get on to a new topic, dude. You've been on the phone for 7 minutes and all you've been talking about is chocolate, man. Move on. So he's like, he goes, so love ducking. What's that from? And she says she likes ducks. He's like, I swear to God, it makes me laugh so hard. He's like, oh, my mom loved ducks. We used to have it all over the house. We had like, we had a duck clock. We had duck magnets. He just touched things. He had duck. We had duck table mats.
Duct tape.
And he's just saying duck, and everything. And I just, my head hurt so much from laughing so hard. I could not believe it. And then they hung up, and I'm like, there's no way you heard from that girl again. And she actually called the next day. It's like, maybe I got to go hang out with him. She's fucking all right with the retard she met last night on the phone, man. I got to maybe give her a shot.
Like, I think this guy's right my speed. He's into ducks.
I just love my mom. My mom loved ducks. They're a fucking 40-year-old man. My mom loved ducks. Yeah, she used to have duck. We had duck clock, duck magnets. Like he just kept coming down. Oh my God.
She used to make duck soup.
Everything duck.
She actually get chocolate ducks for Easter. Actually, yes.
See if they have chocolate ducks.
Yeah, foreign chocolate ducks.
Do they have foreign chocolate? I'm like, what the fuck is foreign chocolate, dude?
Foreign chocolate.
When he was at the convention, New Year's Eve convention, all conventions, they read. There's readers during the big meeting. Yeah. So he was doing the step reading. So him and my ex Melissa he was doing one, like they do step 1, then she reads step 2. And I got the banquet table right in front of the podium. Uh-huh. And he's like, why are you fucking sitting right here? I'm like, because I'm going to make you laugh. That's why I'm sitting right here. There's no other reason for me to be here. Right here. You're right there. I want to make you laugh. So he's walking away before the show starts, before the thing starts, and I'm talking to people and I'm telling people the fucking foreign chocolate story. And he comes over and they're all laughing their ass off. And they're like, foreign chocolate? He's like, you gotta fucking tell everybody this story. I'm like, it's hilarious, dude. And so he went up and he was doing the thing. And you know how like, wee, everybody's doing the wee, right? He looked down at me and I was like, foreign chocolate. And he could not read the next step. He could not read it. Melissa had to do like 2 in a row before he got his shit together. Like,
oh, that's funny.
Anyway,
that's a good story, man. That's fucking hilarious.
I wish I had that on tape, man. Oh, goddamn.
What, him actually doing it?
I wish I recorded that, man. That would have been the best. But
all right, we did it. Hour and a half. Nice podcast.
Really?
Got any shows coming up? I have I'll be at the Holiday Inn in Clinton, New Jersey, Saturday night.
I actually
lives out there.
I have something next Friday and Saturday. So next Friday, not this coming Friday, the following Friday. I'm at a place called, I don't even know, man. It's going to be tough. I'll just do it in the next podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the 23rd, I got booked to do a swingers party. So I took it just for the story and the money. But
where's it at?
Secaucus.
Really?
Well,
you say Secaucus? I say Secaucus. I'm saying it wrong, apparently.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Secaucus is how people say it, but
Secaucus.
I didn't know you were one of those people.
I am one of those people. I got a call. He gives me the gig this coming Saturday. goes, I got a gig in Clinton for you. You want it? Yeah, I'll take it. He goes, now I got one. You can say no if you want, but, you know, I'd love for you to do it. It's at a swingers, like, party, convention thing. I was like, well, do I have to do anything weird? He's like, no, you just got to do like 10 minutes and you can bust out. I'm like, all right. I was like, well, the way you presented it. Like,
10
you
minutes.
Could say, yeah. I guess maybe someone else is headlining, or maybe I just got to open up for somebody.
Is that a Saturday night?
It's a Saturday night. I just got to go do 10 minutes for like $100.
I'm coming. There's no way I'm not coming to this.
Okay.
Hey, what time is the show?
I don't know. I just wrote the date down. He said he's going to get me all the info, so I don't have all the times or even the address yet. So
I'm there.
Cool.
Oh,
I have a new bit about a drag show that I'm just going to do.
There you go. I have a spot. What are you doing tomorrow night? You're not going to want to come out that late. Never mind.
What time? Wait. What? Why?
I have a spot at the Comedy Cellar around the corner. I guess Fat Black for Ryan Reese.
What time?
The show starts at 10:45.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, everybody go see Mike Gaffney at the Comedy Cellar tomorrow night at 10:45, and come out to the Holiday Inn in Clinton, New Jersey this coming Saturday. I'll be there. There's a bunch of comics on the show. So
where's that one at? Where's that at?
The Holiday Inn in Clinton.
Okay.
So I think there's like 5 comics on the show. So we'll see how it goes, but just come out, you know. And thanks for listening, everybody. Please rate, review the podcast on iTunes if you can, and go check it out on. If you're listening on the audio, you can watch the video on YouTube at youtube.com/Joe Fernandes. Thanks for checking us out. You've been listening and watching All in Our Heads. The thing never fucking works right. I don't know why.